is Josh Giles-Burnette, and you're watching UAO's Next Up. Well, for our final major project, we had to come up with our own thing. It had to be something that was totally by us, and I wanted to do something that was worthwhile, something that could be continued afterwards and stuff. So I kind of searched around for worthy causes, and I found that the ACLT, which is the Afro-Caribbean Leukaemia Trust, which is all about getting ethnic minorities to join the stem cell/bone marrow register. Well, I mean, first off, I had to kind of find the actors that were willing to do it for free, which wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, to be honest. I kind of reached out to loads of different theatres companies and loads of different actual theatres, like the Young Vic, and they kind of put like a call out for black actors and stuff like that. And so then I kind of just auditioned quite a few people and managed to find 3 really talented guys to be in it. The way we went about creating the piece was that we all got together and we kind of just went through different ideas and worked on those different things. And then from the work that we'd done, I went out and wrote the play based on that. Well, I managed to speak to the people at the ACLT, at the charity, and they came down and they saw it, and they, because the idea is that the play actually tours universities and colleges and helps get people to join the register. And so they were thrilled with it. They loved it actually, and they said, you know, it's all about funding at the end of the day. It's being able to take it around and do all that stuff. But they want to actually use the footage that I have of it and actually be able to show that in different schools and colleges and stuff like that when they go around.
I remember the day the letter came. I was in a rush, so I just put on the radiator and headed out. NHS. I blatantly thought it was for a checkup at the dentist or GP or something. I had only just got my mail redirected to that address. So the letter started playing on my mind. I called my sister to see if she could open it. As usual, no response. So I left a message. She texts back like, "No, Kieran, I'm not your secretary. And I'm not home anyway. You should have taken it with you, Dumbo. KMT. About kiss my teeth." She's so annoying. All of that unnecessary attitude when all she had to say was, "I'm not home, you know." Jeez. To be honest, I got caught up in my day and forgot all about the letter. Until I walked through my door. I hadn't even hung up my coat, and my dad shouted, "Is that you, Kieran?" "Yeah, Dad." "You got some mail, you know, son?" "Yeah, I see it. Thanks." I kicked off my shoes, picked it up, and headed for my room. Slapped on the telly and began to open it. Straight away, see her face. I'm reading the letter, and all I see is her face. I constantly think of her. The silliest things can just... That's why I moved out of our place. People think that I moved back home so I wasn't alone. But that wasn't it. Being here with my folks drives me mad. But I had nowhere else to go. I should be thankful, I guess. I couldn't stay where I was. It was torture. I could just see her everywhere. I would just remember her everywhere. It was just a little one-bedroom flat, but it was ours. Ours. It's hard to say now.
It's kind of hard to say this now, but I need to get back to work. I've been in this waiting room for a while now. I see this nurse walk past again, so I ask, "Excuse me." "Yeah, hi sister, is there any news?" Just that I have to get back to work at some point. She isn't any help. I can't get any information, and I'm starting to get frustrated. "Excuse me." "Yeah, hi, is there any news on my daughter, Kelly?" "Yeah, she's only coming here for a nosebleed, so what's going on?" "I'll check for you. What's your name, sir?" "It's Derek." "Okay, take a seat. I'll just be one moment." So I sit down, right? And I get out my phone. So many emails. You know, I sometimes wonder how they would get on without me. Then the doctor comes in. Like, "Are you Mr. Black?" Yeah, Derek is fine. We sent some blood work over for a CBC. I look at him like, "Oh, sorry, a complete blood count." I'm about to ask him what this means, but we're interrupted. He rushes off and the nurse, she takes me through to see Kelly.
My little brother's coming to see me today. He hasn't been to see me in a few days. Not since. But I can't be mad. This whole situation's weighing heavy on the whole family. Especially my brother. And my mum. When I was younger, I couldn't wait to leave home. I had a plan, goals. I had it all mapped out. Phase 1, university. Since the age of about 10, I'd always got myself ready for school. My brother, not so much. But I loved it, you know. Not the early mornings or the routine, but just taking charge and being in control. I would hear my little brother Jason hitting the snooze button so often I would have to turn the alarm off for him. Hey Jason, come on man, I'm not going to be late for you. My mum worked so hard that anything I could do to make her life just a little easier made me feel really good. She sacrificed so much looking after us both that I wanted to do everything I could for myself, by myself. She'd laugh and call me her little grown-up.
When we got our place, everybody had something to say. Look at you, all grown up. Oh, you're too young. Or, can you really afford it? My favourite was, how are you gonna get with other girls? If you live with a girl, you're mad, bruv. I was mad. Mad about her. Don't get me wrong, she would piss me off. The littlest thing would really irritate me. Not even irritate. Like, okay, she would never take her shoes off when she came in the house. No matter how many times I reminded her, she would traipse around the house with her flipping shoes on. To the point where, check it, where she'd even put the shoes up on the sofa. Every time I felt like I was having a bloody aneurysm. But I loved her.
When I got to uni, I said to myself, okay, everything is going to plan. I never missed a lecture. Not like some of those idiots in my halls. Sometimes I wondered if some of them were dragged up. Having to share a kitchen during halls has to be the worst part of my uni experience. It was disgusting. I hated it. One morning I got ready for class and just needed to have some breakfast. And the kitchen was a mess, as usual. Oh. Wow. I opened the fridge, and there was a pair of filthy, muddy trainers on the top shelf. What the heck? I mean, who does that? Okay, you're drunk, having a laugh. But come on. One of the laces was stuck on my carton of milk in the fridge door. I threw the blasted things out of the window.
As I read on, I didn't feel right. So I opened the window. I knew what I had to do, but I felt scared. I knew deep down I had no reason to be, but I couldn't help it. A voice just started niggling away at me. It was saying, boy, do you really think you can do this? All I kept on thinking was, somebody needs my help. I've got to do this. I spoke to my boy Dean about the whole thing and he thought I was mad for even considering it. Ain't you scared? I had to tell him straight. Yeah, a little. But I could save someone's life, D. But all that time in the hospital, I told him it would take 2 days at most. Yeah, but still, I could understand if it was your gang, or your family, or something. But a complete stranger. Not me, mate. I tried to explain to him that if more people thought like me, if more people were on it, willing to donate, my girl might still be here. I suppose, he said. I never really thought about it too tough. Yeah. People don't. That's the problem.
So, how did you do it this time? She tells me she was just playing basketball. Did you get hit? No. She just says, started bleeding. A few hours go by and the doctor, he comes back. And he asks us to speak to me outside. I can see the concern on his face. Now I'm concerned.
I miss uni. Not halls, obviously, but just following my plan. Just being on my own path. I've had to put things on hold since my diagnosis. I've had to come back home and I've been waiting for a match on a stem cell register for what feels like an eternity because of my consultant tells me how urgent my situation is. We've been hoping to find a closer match, but I feel at this stage we need to take action and give you a bone marrow transplant from your younger brother. My brother's only a 50% match. I've been told by my consultant that a haploidentical stem cell transplant is a risky procedure and can cause many major side effects as the body fights to adapt to the donor cells. Just so you're prepared. My brother didn't think twice. Whatever you need, sis, you know that. Thanks, Jay. You're looking after me now. My mum's at the hospital every day. I feel like such a burden. I tell her I'm fine and she doesn't have to come and see me so often. Of course, she never listens. I guess I kind of feel like I'm her big baby.
You know when you fall in love, well, you find that special someone, and you make that ultimate commitment, aside from marriage. You have a child, and at that moment, when you hold that child, your child, for the first time, you vow to let nothing or nobody ever harm you. And then, years later, some guy in a blue uniform says, there's nothing you can personally do to stop your child from being seriously ill. saying all these words I've never even heard of. And that's it. That's my promise down the drain. That's my dignity down the drain. As a man and as a father, I now have to sit, watch and hope for some stranger out there to help my child. Like, do my job and protect her. I just don't know if that's possible. I don't know if people out there really give a shit. But you know what, I suppose I have to hope for the best. Yeah, hope for the best. Right.
So, here I am, prepped and ready to do this donation thing. It's just like having my blood filtered. It's minor. I felt worse stubbing my toe on my speakers. I asked about the person I'll be helping, but only got some pretty basic information. It's a teenager. And younger. Just starting out. So as I'm going through it all in my head, thinking about this 4-hour life-saving procedure, I realise this is the best thing I've ever done.
Seems like forever we've been waiting for a match for the Dawn News. Kelly, she's hopeful, but for some reason I just don't share her optimism. I stay strong around her and positive, but I just didn't know I was so pessimistic before this whole ordeal. I just didn't know about blood cancer and how harsh it could be for people. Yeah, I didn't know, and I didn't even care before it happened to someone close to me. You know, I can still hear Kelly's voice ringing in my head before she goes on her treatment. Don't worry, Dad. There's a match out there for me somewhere. You'll see.